Hey guys, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Ooh, cleaning up a little bit with some Palo Santo. Get some for you guys. It's burning a lot today. Must be a lot of energy that needs to be cleaned up, huh? All right. Hope you guys are doing well. It's pretty nice here. Sun's out. It is a little cool, but hey, it's Cleveland. I mean, it's gonna be cold. It's fall, I guess. It's still fall. So we're gonna start finding out who the reading's gonna be for, and we're just gonna go from there. All right. Nothing crazy. Just gonna pick somebody here. Okay, that one's got quite a few, but we got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a good sign for whichever sign this is going to be. Looks like a new opportunity that's going to be coming in for you. Let's see. Pisces and Ten of Cups. An opportunity that's going to bring in this happiness, emotional happiness, because that's what the Ten of Cups is about. It's about filling all your cups, basically, like all the emotional needs that you have, having those fulfilled, and like finding the true happiness that comes from like sharing with other people, and not so much about what you have materially, but what you have that's non-material, right? What's not in the physical, the emotions, the love, the care. Those are the things that are embodied in this card, right? So we got Pisces energy. We'll get these guys out of the way because I'm pretty sure they're all messed up now. We're going to use a different deck. Let's see. What are we going to do? Well, let's get a couple messages from Alice, right? Sometimes when I look at this deck and I say, oh, we're gonna get messages from Alice, it reminds me of Resident Evil. I don't know what brought that to my mind right now, but I don't know, maybe one of you guys out there is named Alice. Maybe this is for you. Maybe you love that movie. Don't know. But I mean, kind of with what's going on right now, Resident Evil, it sounds like the US, right? But that's okay, because we have strength and protection that goes beyond the physical. And that's what they don't see. See, the normal people, the people that only believe in the 3D, that only believe in what's here, they have to sit in this energy. But us, that we see both the physical and the spiritual, we know that we have protection from our ancestors, our spirit guides, and the gods and goddesses that are protecting us every day. So like they can't put that same energy on us. And it's really important right now for you to be the master of your energy. All right, Alice, what you got to say today for my Pisces placements? Nonsense. Uh-oh. Let's get one more. Clock time. Time. Nonsense. You may surprise yourself with your courage. When someone is aggressive and threatening, you will stand up to them and speak to them in a very firm and strong manner, declaring their abuse of power. When you express your inner courage, you can change the world with the simple refusal to tolerate bad behavior any moment longer. And this is exactly what's happening in our government right now. They are basically behaving badly, right? And it's time for us to stand up, just like what this card is saying. Stand up in a strong manner and declare their abuse of power, because that's what's happening right now. They are abusing the power that they have. Others will be grateful, and in time, they will be inspired by our example to stand up for themselves. And this is what we really all need to do, is stand up for ourselves and not let them manipulate our emotions with their whatever changes that they make in the physical. Right? We have to learn to rest in the spiritual and remember the protection that we do have. Then we got clock time. We have watches and clocks which tick and tick to mark the passing of every second. There are times when you need to move quickly, when you have appointments, deadlines, or important responsibilities that need to be completed. Work carefully, clearly, with focus and intent, and you will work far better than if you rush and panic. So it feels like this has to do with work, right? I'm seeing that there's an opportunity that's coming in, but I'm seeing that possibly wherever you're working, possibly you're being pushed to work faster, and that might not necessarily be the best thing to do, because this is telling you you need to watch, you need to be careful and slow down so you're not making these mistakes. No matter what happens, that clock is going to keep ticking, right? But you know what's the best thing? And it's something that like I've heard it a bunch of times, and I actually really love it. It's like you can't be anywhere but now. Now is the only time that things are happening, right? I don't know if you guys are hip and you listen to like Abraham Hicks at all, but that it's all about the power of now, of being in the present and working from the present, right? Because a lot of times when we're rushing and trying to move quickly, we're just moving through time and we're not aware of it. And that's why sometimes you're like, oh my God, I can't believe time went so fast. Why? Because you're not aware of every second of every day, because you're so wrapped up in whatever this work is. And possibly you have someone on top of you that's a real like drill sergeant. So that it seems like they're on your ass quite a bit and watching the clock. So I'm going to pull a couple tarot cards for these just so I can find out a little bit more. I'm going to use the Modern Witch deck. What we got here? I feel like I'm missing a deck, but I'm not sure where that's at right now. Okay, look at that. Another 10 of Cups at the bottom. Let's go. Oh my God. So cool. It's like your time is speeding up so fast. It's coming so quickly. Okay. All right, let's find out a little bit more about this nonsense. All right, tell me about this nonsense. Tell me about this person, place, or thing that's going to present a challenge for you. Hanged Man. Six of Cups. Okay, so right now, we've got you kind of trying to change your perspective with the Hanged Man, right? Because the Hanged Man puts himself in an uncomfortable position in order to gain enlightenment, to basically like to see, you know how that like sometimes they say like sometimes you have to step out so that you can see from the outside what's really going on, the bigger picture. So that's kind of like what the Hanged Man is doing. The Hanged Man is trying to look at this from a different perspective, right? Possibly trying to see it from the perspective of their opponent in this situation. Because remember, this is about standing up for yourself. So possibly what's happening here, and then we got Six of Cups, which is like, it's like memories, kind of going back, thinking about childhood. So this kind of feels like possibly reminiscing about the way things used to be at this job. Maybe there's been some changes, some staffing changes, or some operational changes that are causing you to now think about this and think, is this really where I want to be? That's what this feels like. Is this where I want to be? I know I've had some good times here. Things have worked out in the past. Like really motioning to the past and looking at the beautiful things from the past, but also seeing that there's changes here, right? If we look at this, we see that one cup that's like overflowing. And that's like a gift that's being given to you. This like beautiful memory of the emotional things that kind of filled you up in the past, right? And possibly now you're feeling the emptiness, because I'm drawn to the emptiness in those other 5 cups. So this possibly is not bringing you the fulfillment that it used to. And so it's got you kind of changing your perspective. Should I stay here? Should I go? Is this really for me? It could have been for me in the past, but maybe that's changing now. Let's see, clock time. Tell me more about this clock time. We know that you've got good things coming up. And we also started with that Ace of Pentacles, which is a new opportunity that's being given to you. A financial opportunity. We got Queen of Cups. Oh, possibly an opportunity where you're able to use your emotions. You're able to use your kindness, your love, the water, right? The water that flows from you. Because as a Pisces, you're also a water sign. So even though this is kind of like a Cancer card, it's also like a Pisces card because it's the Queen of Cups, about water and emotions. Tell me more about. And we got Temperance. So it feels like what you're being guided to do is not take a quick jump like that, right? Because there are good things still in this situation. Because we have Temperance coming in, where Temperance is trying to balance out the energies, right? So when you're feeling like, I like to call it hot and cold, right? So when you're feeling kind of hot, like you're super angry, you're super pissed, you're just emotional in your feelings, right? And then we've got like cold, you don't care at all, you're not trying to deal with it, you know what I mean? And Temperance comes in so that you can balance these energies out. So that's telling me that there is a 10 of Cups where you are, but you have to balance these emotions out because you're possibly going on one side more than the other, right? You're going a little too into your emotions, and we need to kind of pull back on that. Like I was saying before, it's really important for you to be in control of what's happening with you, with your emotions, with your responses to what happens on the outside. Because we can't let, and I say this all the time, it's like we cannot let anyone on the outside control our inside, right? We have to maintain firm boundaries and a firm control within ourselves and not let people kind of bounce our energy around with their comments and their put downs, their possible threats, their aggressiveness, all the things that, all the emotions and all the like states of being that come from others, right? We can't allow what's happening outside of us to alter our emotions and our feelings. So Temperance is calling you to kind of balance this out, kind of rein these feelings in, because that's one thing that we don't want to do. We don't want someone from the outside to be able to manipulate us and manipulate our energy so much that we basically destroy our own blessing, right? Because a lot of times that's what the enemy is trying to do. They're trying to create scenarios to destroy what you're building. And that's why it's so important for us to maintain firm control on what's happening. And that's what you're being guided to do here. Even though it feels like you are being challenged at work, or at home, but wherever it is, you are being challenged by someone where you need to stand your ground. But also in standing your ground, we have to remember to temper our energy and maintain control of ourselves, right? Because you losing control only lets the enemy win, right? Because in that moment, you're not able to make the decisions that you need. Because in order to make a good decision, you have to use your intuition, like your heart guidance, and also your mind guidance. So if either one of those is blocked or is at too high of a state, you're not going to be able to make the best decisions possible. So a lot of times when you're in this scenario, it's really important to pull back, temper that energy so that you're able to get into that hanged man and you're able to see this situation, problem, confrontation, issue from a different perspective, right? So the first thing that needs to happen is tempering those energies, right? And possibly opening your heart with the Queen of Cups here. Because remember, the Queen of Cups is very loving, kind, understanding. This is a person you can talk to. This is a person you can share your feelings with. This is a very open person. So a lot of times we do need to embody that energy at the same time, be able to balance within ourselves and show compassion to other people that might be challenging us. Because remember, we don't know what people are going through. We know what they're communicating to us, but what's not heard and what's not spoken is the majority of what's influencing people's like actions here in life. Because a lot of people are very challenged by maintaining control of their emotions. They still have not mastered this. And you're being called to temper this energy. You're being called to try to pull those emotions in. Let's see. Let's find out some more about this. Okay. We have any recommendations? Okay. We got 2 cards. We got 7 of Cups in reverse and the Fool. See, so the Fool is usually someone who's starting a new project, taking a chance on something. And so to have the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool card is all kind of, it's alluding to there being a new project that's coming in. But here's the gotcha. We got 7 of Cups in reverse, right? 7 of Cups is all about options, right? About seeing what can you do? Where can you go? What are all the different things that you want in life, right? Just imagine each topic is in one of these cups, right? And this is all about looking, what are your options, right? But now this is in reverse. So this is trying to tell you that currently, right now in this moment, these options aren't good. This is not the time. This isn't the time to take a chance here. It's not. Because these options are no good. That's why they're in reverse. So we got to be really careful, again, to temper this energy and not make a quick jump, right? I'm not saying don't make a jump. If you know this isn't for you, this job isn't for you, whatever's happening right here and now is bad for your energy and you want to move out of this energy, that's fine. But remember what I said. We have to be in alignment. Our heart, our intuition, and our mind. We can't just make a jump, an emotional jump, because that's going to lead to failure, right? So what is our guidance? It looks like our guidance is to stay put, right? Stay put and try to find the compassion and that care, just like that Queen of Cups. Try to be more kind and compassionate on what people are going through, because look at this. We got a 5 of Cups. We have a lot of people in this moment that are, this is like a card of sorrow. This is a card of looking at what you've lost. Not being able to see the positive things in your life. Only seeing what's gone bad, what's gone down, what you've lost, what's missing. Right? And this, I feel like, I don't feel like this is your energy. I feel like this is the energy of the person that you're in this confrontation or this like opposition with. This person is in a very sad place right now and they're not seeing the good in their life. So people are going to act from whatever space they're in energetically. And this is a pretty low vibrational state. So this could, people can present with anger, hostility, frustration when they're in this energy. And that's why this coincidentally came right underneath the Queen of Cups. So think about this. You as the Queen of Cups, a person that's very kind, caring, and compassionate, how would you treat a person in this energy? Right? And yeah, a lot of times we don't know they're in that energy because they come out in the anger type of energy. So we don't see the sadness behind it. But we have to remember the Queen of Cups is very intuitive. And here is where you need to tap into your intuition and be able to see what's behind the emotion that's coming from this person. And I know it's hard because sometimes you're like, why do I have to be the good guy? Why do I have to be compassionate? Why do I have to be in the better energy and solve things? It's because you can. It's because this person that's opposing you, they can't harness that frequency right now because of where they are, because of the sadness, the depression, and the state where they are. They're not able to be the kind one. So a lot of times you're going to be called to do the difficult thing. You're going to be called to work things out. You're going to be called to like not be the toxic one, right? Not be the one that's inciting the problem. And that's what's happening right now. The people that are opposing you are having a very hard time, and we're being called by the universe, by God, by your angels, your spirit guides to show compassion, to show love in a difficult time. And we know it's difficult. That's why Temperance is here to help you balance these energies out. But you are more capable of harnessing these energies and being able to help a person in this moment, right? So it's up to you. What are you going to do? Are you going to argue? Are you going to fight? Are you going to create more of an issue? Are you going to show love, compassion, and kindness? And harness that intuition and be able to see what's beyond the anger, what's beyond the sadness, what people are really going through, right? And that's what we need to do right now. You're going to be challenged. I feel that you're going to be challenged. And I don't like to say it's a test, right? Because I don't feel that God does that to us. I don't feel that God puts us in difficult situations to see what we're going to do. I don't feel that's what happens. I feel that you're given opportunities to choose. Will you be kind? Will you be compassionate? Will you be loving? Right? And I like to live by the golden rule. I like to treat people the way I want to be treated. So for me, I'm going to always try to go on to that positive side. I'm going to always try to do what I can because I know that I have a bit more control of my emotions. I know that I can come from a loving place. I know that I can use my intuition to see further into that person. And we got the Three of Swords in reverse, right? This is about healing from heartbreak, right? This is about like the total destruction that can come from the situations that we experience in this world, right? But what we need to focus on is what happens after, right? The bad thing has happened, right? So now what are you going to do? This is about healing. This is about removing these swords from your heart, right? And letting your heart heal. And this being right next to this, it feels like the person that is against you at this time, not against you, but kind of challenging you at this time is going through a very severe heartbreak, a very severe depression. And we need to treat people from this space. See that they're in this energy and embody that Queen of Cups and show that no matter how you come at me, I can still show you love, right? I can still show you love, kindness, compassion, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help each other. Like, there's so much, we got the government up top trying to like knock us down, trying to mess with our emotions, right? Trying to pull us in one direction or the other. And then we've got people that are so heavy in their sadness, they don't know how to come out, that they're projecting this fear, this hostility, this anger towards others, right? So right now, all I can say to you Pisces is remember that the person that's opposing you feels like this. They've had their heart broken, they're going through something. And in the same way, you would want someone to treat you if you were in this energy, because I know you've been in this energy. We all have. We've had our heart broken. We've been sad, depressed, disappointed, right? How would you want someone to address you if you were in this situation? And that's exactly the energy we need to give to others that are in this energy. So that's what's going to bring in. And like, now that I see all this, I feel like that's what brings in these opportunities and these 10 cups, right? Showing that kindness to others brings that kindness in for yourself too. And God is trying to give you something. The universe is trying to give you a reward. But we also have to show the universe our kindness, our compassion, our love for others. All right, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading, and I hope you guys take this and really use it today and really show everyone that you can so much love. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.